welcome to your first ukulele lesson. Grab your instrument and let's get started. We're going to bring the back of the ukulele to our body. If this is a big instrument, you can hold it on your leg, like you can let the instrument rest on your leg. If this is a concert or a soprano, it can just kind of hover here in the chest. There are some people watching who are a little bigger or are pregnant, so the ukulele can actually sit a little higher on your chest if that's the case. Now, pretend that the ukulele is a hand on the clock, and this would be 12 o'clock, 1 o'clock, 2 o'clock, and that's a pretty good position there. 3 o'clock is too flat, and that might make our wrist bend, so bring it back up. We don't want it quite so high, but we want it around here. Next, make a Lego hand. Lego is like those toys. Make a Lego hand and bring the Lego hand up to the ukulele. We're not playing anything yet. First, we're just focusing on how to hold the instrument. Notice that this hand is just holding it here. We will get to the strumming, I promise. This hand should be relaxed and curved, not grabbing. And make sure that your wrist is not coming up. The wrist should be down, like way down here. If your wrist is coming up, it's going to create some problems later on, and you're gonna notice a lot of tension and pain. So bring the wrist down, bring the thumb down. Actually, my thumb it looks like this. And now we're going to focus on the strumming hand. So in order to be able to strum, I'm using my forearm right here. Depending on the size of your ukulele, it will sit differently. So for soprano, you might sit the ukulele here. For a tenor, it might be lower. So if the ukulele, this is like the center of it, my forearm is right at the bottom of that center, and it's here. The forearm holds the ukulele to my body, as does the Lego hand. And if you notice on the Lego hand, the ukulele is sitting here where the index finger meets the hand. So there. So right now, you should be able to hold the ukulele and open your hands. If you can't, let's review that real quick. It's back to belly or back to chest, Lego hand, and have the ukulele relax on your index finger, and then forearm to the base of the instrument. Okay, so hopefully you're able to open your hands. Okay, next. Ukuleles usually have a sound hole here. This is the mouth of the instrument, and the mouth of the instrument should be facing out. It should not be facing up. It'd be like if I was talking on this video like this. That would be so awkward. So make sure that the sound hole is facing out. I notice a lot with beginners that the ukulele tends to creep up this way because they want to see their hands. So now that I'm telling you about that, you can be aware of it and make sure that you don't develop that habit, but instead good ones where the sound hole is facing out. So the sound hole is here. I would like for you to strum here. Look up real quick. I want you to strum where the fingerboard meets the body. That is like the sweet spot for strumming. Okay? And now I'm strumming with the fingernail on my index finger. You don't need long nails for this. And I'm letting the hand fall down across the strings. Try it. And it's just falling down. It's nothing like crazy. I'm not doing emotion yet. We'll get there. And it should not be slow. It shouldn't be this. It should be just a quick glide. Imagine you're dusting something off a desk or off a surface. Just very gentle, very almost effortless. Okay, so now I want you to give me 4 down strums. We're going to do it together. I will say 1, 2, ready, go, and then we'll do 4. Don't do it faster or slower. Do it at the same rate as I do. Here we go. 1, 2, ready, go. 1, 2, 3, 4, stop. Let's do it again. 1, 2, ready, go. Stop. 1, 2, again, go. Okay, notice where your ukulele is at. Did it creep up or is it still on you? If it's still on you, you pass 100%. Sorry, my cat jumped up to the window. Okay, so now let's add a chord. So we're going to use the ring finger. Please don't use the index finger. So many beginners use their index finger so much that they rely on it and they struggle growing out of it. So we're going to use the ring finger and we're going to go on the 3rd fret. That's like 1, 2, 3, third fret of the string closest to the floor. And I say string closest to the floor because we might have some lefties watching, so that's why. Okay, string closest to the floor, third fret. Now there is a little bit of balancing going on here because you no longer have that index finger here. You could have the index finger here as a bed for the ukulele, and you could do that. But I tend to not have it there when I'm playing C chord. This is C chord, by the way. What's happening is that the tension between the thumb on the back and the ring finger on the front is holding the ukulele there, and then my forearm is still over here holding it for me as well. So let's try a C chord 4 times. Do it at the same rate as I'm doing it. 1, 2, ready, go. 1, 2, 3, 4. I did not give you a chance to organize yourself. I'm sorry. Okay, so make sure you're comfortable. Hold that C chord and let's do it. Breathe. 1, 2, ready, go. 1, 2, ready, go. One last time, go. Okay, so right now I'm holding the ukulele, and I do have the index finger there as a like counterbalance there, so you can have that there. Okay, so let's put the ukulele down and let's stretch real quick. Breathe in. Breathe out. Roll the shoulders back. And stretch the neck. Because sometimes when we're playing ukulele, especially when we're first learning, we tend to have all this tension and we stop breathing. So let's breathe. Okay, so keep breathing. Keep breathing. Right now you've learned how to hold the ukulele, where to put both of your hands, how to hold a C chord, how to strum. I would call that an extremely successful day. Keep breathing. But if you would like to feel successful every day, like you're growing in your instrument every day, I made a 30-day Uke course for beginners like you. The goal of the 30-day Uke course is to make you independent, to be able to strum a different bunch of patterns, to memorize a lot of chords, and on day 30 we learn Somewhere Over the Rainbow. We're learning other songs like as we get there, but that is like day 30's goal. So if you would like to see that, I'll add a link down below and a link here on the card. Okay, grab the ukulele, back to belly or back to chest, forearm at the base, holding it there. And you can hold it right now while you adjust the other hand. Thumb on the back, drop the wrist, Lego hand. And we played C chord already. Review that real quick. Play it, strum it. Okay, so now we're going to learn another one finger chord, meaning one finger is touching a string. But this one's a little bit more challenging. So look up real quick. I'm going to use my middle finger. Please use the middle finger. Don't cheat. And I'm going to put it on the 2nd fret of the string closest to my bass. Now look up real quick. Please don't do this, because that's going to give you this. And you're going to say, oh, she's a bad teacher. She doesn't know what she's doing. No, I'm not a bad teacher. You're not looking up. Well, now you are. The middle finger is going to press with the very tip. Not this. This. That's why I said make a Lego hand. And when I taught elementary, I used to say house for a mouse. So make a house for a mouse. If the mouse doesn't fit here, you've squished your mouse. So make a house for a mouse and pick each string. If you get this, that means that you're not adding enough pressure between the string. So use the thumb on the back, the middle finger, and squeeze and try that. And it should ring. If you get this on the next strings, it means that your finger is touching. So curl it, look up, curl, and it should ring. So let's try A minor 4 times. Okay, get ready. 1, 2, 1, 2, ready, go. 1, 2, ready, go. One last time, go. So So you just learned your first two chords, that was C and A minor. Make sure you always call it A minor and not A, because that's a different chord. Now we're going to learn F chord, and F chord requires 2 fingers. This one is a little bit more challenging because when we put our fingers on the strings, we need to make sure to use the fingertips and to not touch the other strings next to it. So grab your ukulele like this and look. If your fingers are touching the other strings, you really need to curve, use the very tip, and make sure they're not touching. Now the other challenge is testing each string to make sure that they're all ringing. If you're getting this, that means you're not really squeezing. So make sure that you're using that thumb to squeeze the ukulele, to squeeze that string. If you're getting this on the second one, that means that you're somehow touching them. So curve, and they should all ring. Give me 4 Fs, okay? Get ready? 1, 2, 4 Fs. Go. Nice. Again. 1, 2, ready, go. And 1 last time, go. Alright, now relax the hand. We're gonna learn a 3-finger chord. We're gonna use 3 fingers on this one. Okay, so if you remember where F chord was, the index finger is gonna stay right there. And now look up. We need to pivot. Look up, look up, look up. It's almost like a door hinge, right? Because we're gonna put our middle finger on the 2nd fret of C string and our ring finger on the 2nd fret of A. Okay, so look, if I don't pivot, this is what happens. And that ring finger is gonna creep down to the 3rd fret. I do not want that. So we're gonna pivot, and the hand is gonna come down from the top. Ah. And that G7 sounds funky because 7th chords wanna go somewhere. And where does it wanna go? G7 wants to go to C. The one you already learned. Oh, resolution. Okay? So let's try G7. Take each string. Let's do it. 1, 2, 4 times. Go. 1, 2, ready, go. And 1 last time, go. Okay, relax the hand. We're gonna do something a little bit more challenging now. We're gonna switch. And I'm gonna teach you how to switch. When you're on C chord, give me C chord. Pretend that you're gonna go to A minor, but don't touch it. So I'm holding C, but the middle finger is like there. It's almost like stealing bass if you play baseball or if you've seen baseball. You know, like the person's not touching the bass. You know, they're kind of in between where they're gonna go. So you gotta think about where you're gonna go with your chords. Always think 1 chord ahead at least. So I'm playing C, but this guy is like, oh, I'm next. So I have to be on deck. So I'm gonna play C. 1, 2, A minor, go. And that transition was so smooth because that finger was ready. So when I'm doing A minor, I want this guy to be on deck for the next one, which is F. And notice F, we're holding that A minor. We're just adding the index finger. Look up, let me say that again. We're holding A minor, but we're just adding the index finger. That is super cool and so convenient because we can be playing this and 1, 2, F is easy. Now the switch to G7 is the trickiest one because although we have the index finger and that one stays there, we need to pivot and add 2 fingers. This is the triangle chord because it looks like a triangle. And remember to keep in mind the house for the mouse. For all of these chords, if you're squeezing, your mouse is dead. So we want to open, drop the wrist, pivot. So many things to juggle, right? And G7. And the next one is really cool because you can just do a moonwalk to the C. That one's easy. So let's try the switches with you hovering or thinking about the next chord. Here we go. C. 1, 2, ready, go. 1, 2, A minor, go. 1, 2, F chord, go. 1, 2, G7, go. Finish it. 1, 2, 1, C, go. Okay, so stretch and breathe, roll the neck. Okay, so if you would like to know what's next after this lesson, I have 2 suggestions. One, I think the best one is the 30-day uke challenge, because that one teaches you how to practice, how to memorize chords and chord charts and strumming patterns and songs, like you're actually learning songs. But 2, if that feels a little too easy for you, then I recommend the love songs challenge. And I also recommend you become a patron, because anything that I post early for the patrons. And I also have this resource called the Ukulele Bible that I only have available to my patrons as a thank you for supporting the channel. So I'm just gonna leave that there. Now here we go. Let's do this. 1, 2, C, ready, go. Think about A minor. 1, 2, ready, A minor. Think about F. 1, 2, F chord, go. Think about G7. Pivot, ready, go now. And finish it on C, ready, go. Alright, so let's do that again. Always think about the next chord. Okay, here we go. 1, 2, 1, 2, C, go. A minor, ready, go. F chord, ready, go. G7, ready, go. Finish it, ready, go. Okay, so now I'm going to supercharge this lesson. This is not something I would do on day 1 in my classroom. Like, this is no way would I do this on day 1 or day 3 or 4. This is maybe like a day 5 or week 2 kind of lesson. But I'm going to do it here because you can pause and come back and pause and practice. So what we're going to do now is I want to strum on C and then move to A minor. So it'll sound like this. 2, 3, 4. 2, 3, 4. 2, 3, 4. 2, 3, 4. So now I've removed a lot of the rests that we had before. Okay, so let's do it. Now the ukulele is, I have this resting on my leg. So if you have a bigger ukulele, you can do that too. And the angle's slightly higher, but I'm still doing the same thing. I still have a house for a mouse. And the wrist is still straight. It's not up here. Okay, here we go. 1, 2, 1, 2, C, go. 2, 3, A minor. 2, 3, F. 2, 3, G7. 2, 3, C. Now, if that feels challenging enough, stay there. We're gonna do that again. But if you feel like, okay, I got this, I can go a level higher, then I want you to do 2 strums like this. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. If that's way too crazy, you can just do the 1, 2, 3, 4. Both parts sit together nicely. Okay, here we go. 1, 2, 1, 2, ready, go. 2, A minor. So that was a level higher. We're gonna go a level higher than that. This time it's gonna be 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. This one definitely requires you to be ready for the next chord. And again, if that's way too crazy and you're like, nope, 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 not today, just do on beat 1. We will all sit together nicely. The people doing the 1 strum, the 2 strums, and the 4 strums. We will all sit together nicely. Here we go. 1, 2, 1, 2. Choose your level. A minor, F chord, G7, finish it. Okay, so the last thing I'm going to leave you with, which is the craziest one, is we're going to do down, up. Down, up, down, up, down, up, down. Because the up is happening with the fleshy part of my finger, it's not as loud. So if you're thinking like, what am I doing wrong? It doesn't sound as clear or as loud. You're doing something right. You're listening to your ukulele. A lot of people forget to listen because they're so focused on all the technical stuff. So if you hear that difference, that means that you're a musician. You're listening to your craft, which is amazing, amazing. Okay, so it's gonna sound like this. That's gonna sound like. Again, you can do just the ones, 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2. Okay, so choose your level. Here we go. 1, 2. You got this. 1, 2. You can do it. Go. 1, 2. A minor, F chord, G7. Finish it. Now, one musicianship tip. When you finish, don't let go. Look at how that sounds. Just listen. It's like, whoa, what happened? Where did it go? Hold the position and let it ring. That is like such a beautiful touch. Listen. It is so pretty. So I recommend you do that instead of this. That just does not sound good. Okay, so let's do the whole chord progression with the really nice letting go release of the last chord. 1, 2, 1, 2, ready, sing. A minor, F chord, G7, release. So beautiful. If this lesson was really challenging, that's good. That's really good. That means that you are learning something new. So please be patient with yourself. Watch the video, 10 reasons why people quit ukulele, so that you know what challenges might be ahead of you. Because if you can see the challenges, then you can be ready for them. Thank you so much for being here. Thank you for being my student. Thank you for choosing me as your teacher. And I will see you on the next one. Don't forget to subscribe. All right, see you. Sayonara!